Anson, I got a question about the Islanders coaching search. Islanders just beat the Blue Jackets Tuesday. They're 3-0-1 under Doug Weight. Should the coaching search start and end with Doug Weight, your former teammate, by the way?
Whoa. Let's not hand out the Jack Adams to Waiter just yet after a couple of games as the coach of the year. You know, what happens usually when a coach gets fired and a coach gets replaced, that next coach gets the benefit of a nice little elevation in guys' play, because guys feel really bad when people lose their jobs, and they want to prove that it was the coaching staff, not the players themselves, that was the result of the coach losing his job. So you're going to see a nice little bump in the play, but what normally happens is the team goes down to being exactly who they are. Now, last year, that wasn't the case when Mike Sullivan came in and replaced Mike Johnson. The Pittsburgh Penguins went on to win the Stanley Cup after a poor start, but this New York Islanders team is playing a little bit better, but I would still give them a few more games to see the real Islanders team come to the surface. Now, as for being the long-term coach, I think absolutely Waiter could do the job. Doug Waite's been a long-time assistant there. He knows those players on and off the ice, and that's what you're looking for a coach. You want to put a coach that can actually relate to your players, but also knows what makes those guys tick and what motivates them in terms of the X and O. So I think Waiter's a pretty good choice.
Well, you know Doug Weight from his playing days. What about him as a player translates to a head coach?
Well, I think it's just his personality. He was very driven. He was very focused, but at the same time, he was a great guy in the locker room. He's one of the funniest guys in hockey I've ever met. He loves to joke around, loves to, rag on guys. And, as a head coach, I'm sure you can't do that all the time, but I think he'll have a pretty good sense of the team's pulse to know when he can push and when to kick you in the butt a little bit. And that's very important. If you don't have the accurate read of your team, you might push the wrong time, or you might lay off the wrong time, and the team's not going to respond. I think Waiter, being there for a couple of years now, understands exactly the pulse of that team, especially his best players, a guy like Johnny Tavares, who's had to resign this summer, and he has to be very comfortable with who he's behind the bench. If you're an unrestricted free agent and you got to decide who you're going to sign, you want to be comfortable with the coaching staff. So I think that's a big plus for them too.